Hello, everybody, and welcome to The Ancient Oak, where we are discussing the pagan or Wiccan path. It's been about a year since I've posted a video, and I wanted to give everybody a little update on what has been happening. So, over the last year, I won't go into the details, I've had some medical issues that have prevented me from pretty much doing anything, including my hobbies, socializing, and anything other than, keeping myself employed and trying to stay healthy. So over the last year, it's been tough, and I had to kind of put aside the spiritual path I was walking on to focus a little bit more on my health and my mental health, and not to say that those two can't coexist, but for me, and at the time, and where I'm at right now, I needed to really focus on myself and focus on who I am and what I'm doing, and put a lot of the pieces back together. So roughly a year ago, when I posted my last video, as I had mentioned, I was involved with a Gardnerian Wiccan group here in town, and unfortunately I decided to depart from that just because I wasn't able to keep up with the responsibilities and be as present as I should be in that sort of situation. Not too soon after that, I ended up having the health issue that I'm dealing with, and that really put a pause on everything for me. But the interesting thing that I'd like to discuss about how this has impacted my faith and impacted where I want to take this channel is this. When I was in the hospital and I was confronted with my mortality in a way that I never had been before, my response was to be very afraid of this. And in response to that, I decided that when I got out of the hospital, I was going to perhaps try to be a Christian again, because when confronted with the idea of death, I was very scared of going to hell. And so I did the gut reaction, fear-based response, and I started going back to the Catholic Church. Well, I did that for a few months, and then once my health got better, I realized that what I had done was made a decision based on fear. So just like when I originally left the church, I had to take a step back and say, why am I involved with this? Do I really believe what they're teaching me? And once again, I came away that I do not believe that. The Christian worldview indoctrinates you into a fear of hell and a fear of God. And when I was placed in a point of being afraid for my life, I kind of ran back to that. It wasn't a rational response. It wasn't a thought-out response. It was purely fear-based. And I think perhaps people out there can relate to that. Leaving the faith you've had your whole life can be scary, and then especially when you're confronted with a health issue, it's also scary. So that has been the reason for my year-long hiatus in video making, but I'd like to tell you where I'm at based on my spiritual point of view right now. So, like I said, tried to become Christian again for a little while, decided I still can't stomach it. I can't believe in monotheism, and the experiences I had in the pagan community were so burned in my mind, I just couldn't let them go. So I decided I'm going to double down, get back into studying paganism, incorporating it into my life, and I am glad that I decided to do this again, because once again I find myself where I am most at home, and that is with a earth-centered, nature-centered religious system that doesn't have anything to do with monotheism or theology, really. It's very practical, and that's what I loved about it when I first embarked on this path, and I still love it today. So with that said, what I'd like to propose I do with this video series is drop the associations with Christianity. I'm really not interested in talking about my conversion away from Christianity. I don't want to talk about Christianity anymore. I want to focus on pagan principles, pagan philosophy, and how that can be incorporated into someone's day-to-day life. That's the direction I want to take this channel. I think it's a more positive way of looking at it, and it's a more forward-thinking way for me to move past where I was and keep focused on the journey ahead. So, hope everybody is doing well. And if you have any questions, please drop them in the comments. And I look forward to producing some more videos soon, hopefully on the elements. That's where I want to start: earth, air, fire, and water. Break those down and discuss how we can incorporate those fundamental elements of life into our spiritual practice, our daily devotions, and I think that's where we'll kick it off. So thank you, and I will see you at the next video.